Sony Polo Award goes to Luke Martin in the number 6. For winning the Sony Polo Award, he will get 5 bonus points for this race. The past 2 races, the pole sitter has went on to win the round of the race. Savannah winner was the pole sitter over there, Richard Johnson. He won the pole over there. And Nick Mace, he won the pole for Las Vegas. Ended up going on to win the race. Can Luke Martin, that won the pole here, go on to win the round of Road Atlanta for round number 4 of the schedule? And people are already frantically worrying about the points already. And just because the points look like you're far back, you're actually not. Anybody realistically can come back with this thing to win the championship, but some people know their goals, because some people down here in the qualifying that qualify kind of low know that their goals here is to just at least finish in the top 20 to get points. And some guys down low right there, Ryan Acosta, Kyle Collins, they're down here really low in the qualifying here. They did not do really well in qualifying, but they will be starting near the rear of the field, while some guys in the rear of the field back here did not even take time to qualify here today. So let's go ahead and get down to the start of the race as the field paces through the final few turns. This turn right here is a crazy turn here. People ought to lose it here and there through these turns right here. Luke Martin, Richard Johnson, one of the top teams of the series here. They're in the lead, the field of 32 down, 30 cars behind them. Here we are. Green flag is out at Road Atlanta. Oh boy, already a spin. Oh my god, that is a lot of guys down there. Luke Martin is one of them, along with our points leader, Richard Johnson. There's Vince Allen and James Shelley, the 500 winner. A lot of guys there on the infield right here, or on the inside right here. Boy, oh boy, Richard Johnson, Nick Mace, Sean Gallagher, James Shelley, Zayden Davidson, Kyle Thomas, Sean Harple, Vince Allen are all involved, while Jeffrey Lynn takes out with the lead. It's going to be kind of hard to tell, but they did stack up in the rear of this field here, though. This turn right here has always been some sort of a problem. They already stacked up in the back right there. Richard Johnson and Sean Gallagher hooked Nick Mace and Luke Martin. That was a hard hit for them guys down there. Noah Hart lost it. Vince Allen lost it. Ryan Acosta lost it. Nick Perkles lost it. And Zach Flickinger all lost it in the turn. Another view of it here. This was a hard hit. Wham! Right there. That was a pretty nasty hit there, as we're going to take some onboards. Vince Allen, he's only started Daytona. He failed to qualify for Savannah, and his engine was too big at Las Vegas, and he comes back here, and this is what happened. He got kind of hit right there by Perkles and Acosta, who had contact there and backed it up into the tire barrier. On board, Richard Johnson, our points leader. Ooh, that was a nasty hit. Wow. On board, our pole sitter, Luke Martin. That was a hit there. Now on board with Nick Mace. Man, that was a big collision there. There was also an incident back here with these guys right here. We're going to try and check. You saw it there, Ashley Mace, Jesse Turner. It was a stack up. There's not really much you can tell. That you basically can see what happened there yourself. But that was a stack up right there that hardly much any guys can get out of. On board, Zayden Davidson. Yeah, he just got turned around. Nothing he could do, but that was a hard hit. On board, Ashley Mace. Wow. Just like Trent Togger and James Sorofox, she ended up going on, but they nearly spun out. Well, after the first lap there, Jeffrey Lynn is still leading the way. Right behind him is Jacob Hart in that one car. Sean Perkins is on the last podium spot in third. James Sorofox is in fourth. Zachary Chambers, the rookie, is in fifth position right there. The battle for sixth is right there with Trent Togger and Chris Louvier. Truck Togger is going to get that spot. 7th is for Slubier. 8th is Malik Nevins. 9th for Jake Bassinger. 10th, what a job for Ashley Mace and that 830 car. That is a great run for that 830 car right there. And same for Jeff James right there. This is some good runs for these guys right here today. Some underfunded teams running up here near the top 10. Probably their best run that they'll probably get this season. Whoa, DeMax nearly lost it there, and he did lose it right there to Matt DeLeo. Guys that wasn't expected to have very good runs like this. And oh boy, there's more wrecking right there. Nick Perkles got turned by Ryan Acosta. There's Eugene Max getting it back underway there again. But Matt DeLeo, who had a good run going, got turned around as well. Noah Hart's going to move his way forward now. And where did he cross the finish line at? He's 19th now. Perkles in the 32 is now down at 20th. While Matt DeLeo is now down outside the top 20 in points. Meanwhile, up front, Jeffrey Lynn is pretty much, he's right now 4th in the standings right here in his 3-car. And whoa, he's really slow now. Jeffrey Lynn slow. Jacob Hart goes on to take the lead, but Jeffrey Lynn, oh boy, we're hearing that his engine is letting go on him. Oh boy, the fuel injection system is letting go. Jeffrey Lynn's car is stalled on the racetrack, and he is now down into the pits. Jeffrey Lynn, he's right there, 5th in the standings. Had a good chance to get a lot of points out of here today, and well, that's not going to help him. Meanwhile, right now, Jacob Hart is leading this race here. Trying to get his first win of the season. Sean Perkins trying to run him down. James Sorrelfox in the last podium position. He needs a good run here. He's not had the very best run this entire season, but he needs to rebound here. Zachary Chambers in that number 89, the rookie. He's right now has only 5 points for this season. And the 52 of Sean Harple, who has been taken to a local hospital, along with Sean Harple, Richard Johnson, Luke Martin, and Nick Mace has been taken to a local hospital. And well, they're all right, but they're injured really badly, of what we've heard, and they want to go take them to the local hospital. And Zachary Chambers. Then there's Malik Nevins at 5th. Truck Togger having a good run for them guys. 6th position for him. 7th for Chris Louviere. This is a really good run for Louviere. He finished 20th 2 times so far this season. He's just been fighting to finish in the top 20. And right now, a good run for this 84 Ford. 8th position is a real good one for the underdog of Jesse Turner. And Charles Jackson is doing really well. He got turned around earlier in the race. He runs right now 19th. And then here's Ryan Acosta, who had to start really low in the grid. Is going to right now go by for the 9th position there. Right now, 11th is Jeff James, a really underfunded team. Running up here really close to the top 10. Good run for him. Kyle Collins is in 12th, who had a terrible qualifying effort. He is up here. Lookinger in 13th, who got turned around in the first lap incident. Ashley Mace has dropped down into 14th now. And 15th is Noah Hart, we hear. Then it's Matt DeLeo, Zach Fitzwater. Eugene Max kind of has more damage now to the hood, but he was in 15th now, but now down to 18th. 19th for Nick Perkles. And right now, I'm not quite sure who's 20th. 20th position is Michael White right now, who came in the pits earlier. So it shouldn't be that hard to finish in the top 20 if you can just stay on the racetrack. Right now on board, Sean Perkins. He's one of the best on the road courses, trying to run down one of the hometown heroes, because Road Atlanta is right here in Georgia, and Jacob Hart in that 1 car is just trying to hold off and get the win here today. Jacob Hart, who ended up getting his 6th, actually his 7th career win out at DC last season. He's trying to get win number 8 of his career, and we didn't really think Jacob Hart in his career was going to be this strong. But Hart in that number 1 car, he's right there looking in his mirror of that number 9, Sean Perkins, a past champion from season 8. But Jacob Hart, the defending champion himself, driving away as of now. Jeffrey Lynn, who had that trouble earlier, ended up getting a new battery inside that car, and they ended up fixing it. And now is on the racetrack once again. You can see over here right now, he is 21st as of now, but he is on the racetrack, and Eugene Max, who had trouble just earlier for an oil leak, He is out of the race now, but he is out of the race right there in 20th. And while Jeffrey Lynn is on the racetrack right now, he's just trying to salvage at least 1 point this race. Battle right here for the 8th position. Jesse Turner, one of the underfunded cars of this season. He's trying to hold off Kyle Collins. They're beating and banging on each other there. That's the Fuel Brothers car that's really fast this season. That's trying to get by that 27. Charles Jackson's mixing it up here. 8th through 10th right now. Collins down to 10th. Jackson up to 9th. Turner gets away as of now and will hold on to the 8th position. Sean Perkins. That number 9 car is reeling in Jacob Hart ever so slightly. It's now down to half a second. And Perkins really knows how to get around Road Atlanta. His organization over there, they've really tried hard on these road courses this season and try to find a right package to be able to get the wins here. Jacob Hart, he's more focused on just the speedways for his organization there, but he's trying to hold off here and win in his hometown track. But you got a lap car who's 19th right now, Michael White, who might get in the way here, but Perkins is reeling him in. Perkins is right there. Remember, he's won out at Decatur one time in his career. Sean Perkins, he got it over there in season 15. Then he ended up winning the Daytona 500 last season. He's just trying to get his 3rd win in his career, and he's trailing Jacob Hart, and he's right there too. Only 4/10 behind him now. Battle right here for 12th. It's between Ashley May, Zach Flickinger, and Ryan Acosta. Acosta has really struggled this season. There we go. Flickinger is around, and then 02 car. The Total Drama NASCAR champion. Just went around right there, but he keeps it going and will drop down to 14th. Battle here for 8th continues on right here. Kyle Collins, he is beyond faster than these guys right here because he has Fuel Brothers racing equipment, but he's just not had a very good road course team right now as he's kind of been off all season, off all weekend right here. But he did get by Jesse Turner, and Turner is now down to 9th. Looks like we may have a battle here coming up for 4th place here. The rookie is Zachary Chambers is going to be battling here with Malik Nevins for that 4th position. Here comes Nevins driving it in deep, but he's not going to get to the bumper there. Chambers is trying to hold off there. Jacob Hart would end up running up on Michael White here, and he is a lap down, but Jacob Hart is going to have to get by this 25 here really good. The 25 is not really off the pace, but he does need to get out of the way. He's showing a little Newtons here with Sean Perkins behind him. Boy, oh boy, here we are. How is Perkins going to get by the 25 here? Through the S's here. Whoa, Perkins got loose. That's going to cost Perkins a lot there. He saw him snaking that car around. That's going to help Jacob Hart here try and get away from Perkins. Jeffrey Lynn in the 3 car here. He finally did get enough laps here to pass Eugene Max, who's already out of the race. So Jeffrey Lynn, who had a mechanical issue earlier, now is back on the racetrack. Is now inside the top 20 to get at least 1 point here today. Boy, Perkins is not too happy with Michael White here. Look at him push him there. Michael White's going to overdrive the turn. There goes Michael White. Well, he kind of had that coming because Perkins lost a lot of ground right there. We're going to see here at the line how far back Perkins is to Jacob Hart. He is now down nearly a second, but can he reel that back in with only a few laps to go here? Battle right here for the 9th position with Jesse Turner and Charles Jackson. Jackson's been beating that hood off right there to try and get by Jesse Turner, but now he brings it in the pit road because the hood is buckling up too high. And I think the officials were going to black flag him for anyways because the hood was getting too high for where he could not see out the mirror because he had been beating the back bumper of Jesse Turner off to try and get by him there. James Fox right now runs 3rd. He's kind of not had the best season that he has wanted. He has a fast team, no doubt, and I thought he'd be doing better by now, but he is showing himself right now in 3rd. But James Fox, he's too far back to try and win this race here, but a 3rd place here could do him a lot of good. But back here for the 4th position, look at here, Malik Nevins all over Zachary Chambers here, the rookie, trying to get up on that 89 Ford, but he's just not got enough drive off to be able to make something of it here. Kyle Collins right there has caught up to the back bumper of Chris Louvier. Louvier, who's one of the underdogs of this season. He's doing a really good job to run 7th right now, but Kyle Collins is going to try and ruin it for him here. Pushes him off the track. And Louvier is way off the track. And what a dirty drive by Kyle Collins moved Louvier, one of the veterans of the series, out of the way. Jacob Hart and Sean Perkins, they've been going at it here. Perkins trying to run down that one car, but he has just not been able to reel him back in as he has wanted in these last few laps. He sits right now only a second and 2/10 back, but I don't know if he'll be able to catch him here. Jacob Hart, he had a big help from the lap car there to hold back Perkins. I don't think Perkins is going to have enough to get back up to him, but Jacob Hart, he might have a chance to get win number 8 of his career right here today. Zach Fitzwater, one of the underfunded drivers this series of this season, with the Triple Z car. He's trying to do some good here and get himself up into 14th here over the Lynch Transportational car of Noah Hart. Noah Hart has been in and out of having a good races here, because at Daytona he was good, Savannah he was terrible, Las Vegas he was good, and here today he's terrible. So it's kind of been an off and on. But Noah Hart, the Rip It Fuel Energy car, is running right now in 14th, but Zachary Fitzwater wants it. Here's one guy you got to give a lot of props to, Jeff James and Jesse Turner. They had troubles earlier in this race, but right now run 9th and 10th. The underfunded driver is right here, and they're beating one of the fastest guys out there. That is Ryan Acosta, who's right now just outside the top 10. So good run for these underdogs. Well, it's the white flag lap now. Jacob Hart leads over Sean Perkins. Perkins has gained a lot of time in just the last lap. He's gained pretty much 7/10, and Perkins is there. Perkins has a run, a humongous run here, but he lost a little time there. Overdrove it. But Jacob Hart and Perkins, I think it might be Jacob Hart here. Perkins has been nailing his marks here. Jacob Hart's just got to do decent this last few turns here. He's got just nearly half a track length to go around this turn here. Jacob Hart and Sean Perkins, they've been running each other hard here, trying to stay in front of each other here. Perkins is going to run out of time. Jacob Hart coming to the final stretch of the turns here. He's going to get win number 8 of his career and get the first win of the season. The defending champion trying to defend his title here for this season. Coming down here for the final few turns, Perkins is going to have one last shot to get at him here. Drives it in deep, comes Perkins, but it's not going to be enough. Jacob Hart in the #1 Fuel Brothers racing team. He's going to come around the turn here. Jacob Hart led most of the race here since Jeffrey Lynn had his troubles. Jacob Hart wins at Road Atlanta in his hometown. Sean Perkins just going to come up just short, 24/10 back. What a drive by Perkins to try and get up there to him. One more lap he would have had it, but Jacob Hart is going to be our winner here today, with Sean Perkins in second, and rounding out the podium is James Sorafox. Let's get you to your finishing results and standings after round number 4.